Dennis Dungerton here, CEO and co-founder of Lightyear, and I'm excited to give you a platform demo of Lightyear. So as a reminder, Lightyear is the telecom operating system, which aims to automate and digitize the full lifecycle for your telecom services. So in this demo, I'll take you through the lifecycle of an individual service with Lightyear through our procurement product, our network inventory manager, and our expense management product. It's worth noting that every aspect of this product is somewhat customizable based on your vendor constraints, quoting workflows, objectives, et cetera. So don't view this as overly rigid as I walk through it. But basically, this is the homepage you'd see upon login. There's this left side navigation pane that can take you to different components of the product: procurement, inventory, expense management. In the middle, you have some action items that may require attention, installs where you may need to confirm acceptance, ongoing installs that have action items that may require your attention, and pending installs. We also have this global search function where I can maybe type in site details, and so maybe here I want to go to my Albany site right from the top. And on the right-hand side, you can start a new service request if you would like. So let's go ahead and visualize a new service request with Lightyear. And via Lightyear Procurement, you can create a service RFP quite quickly. So here you can basically configure any form of telecom service, internet, broadband and voice, wave, point-to-point, colo, et cetera, et cetera. You can do one or many sites. We have a bulk questionnaire if you want to, configure services for, call it 100 sites at a time. But let's configure an internet circuit for a single site here, and you can also utilize sort of like a templatized site configuration if you'd like. So let's get an internet connection for our Albany site. Let's say we need a /30 over fiber with 100 megs, no managed router or BGP, and contract term of 3 years with a preferred install date, and the option to sort of either allow or negate providers if you have particular provider constraints, and then you can submit your requests. And via procurement, you can submit a request for redundant 10 gig waves or something like that within 60 seconds. And what happens here is actually more exciting than what you see visually, in the sense that basically I just submitted a request, and effectively that request is then going to go to our backend, where we're going to use location intelligence from a variety of sources to dictate basically what vendors have the highest probability of being on net or near net at a given site, bidding out to those vendors for the best potential pricing. They will submit back pricing via workflows that we've built that tie in with the vendors. And then from there may be a negotiation step that goes on if the pricing they submit doesn't fall in line with existing data for effectively what's a good price here. And then you'll get pricing back, and you'll have the opportunity to evaluate it. And you'll get a notification saying you've got price quote. So here's what a hypothetical price quote would look like. So here's a Toronto site. So you can see some Canadian providers quoted: Rogers, Shaw, Bell, et cetera. And you'll see here the price points on all of the services in CAD or USD, any install costs. We'll also denote the estimated install interval, the contract term, the transport type. Last mile provider is the vendor reselling a different provider, capacity on the transport AS number, and the delivery point. So you can see here Bell will actually deliver to the suite, which may be something that you want, as well as an availability SLA if there's an SLA associated with a service of some type. You can select quotes here: primary, secondary, et cetera, and then move to sign contracts. Another interesting point is if you're sort of architecting diversity, we can also gather KMZs on your behalf. So here are some 10 gig waves, or actually these ones don't have KMZs. Let me pull up here. These ones should. So here's some 10 gig waves quoted from a variety of vendors here. And here you can see we actually got KMZs from the Crown and Lumen routes. And we can go ahead and compare the KMZs and see that there are 2 points of intersection along the route. And you can actually leverage our network engineering team to work with you as well as the vendors to augment the routes and get rid of either overlapping points of entry or overlapping points within the route. And then once you buy the services, we will store all of those KMZs in your inventory, and you can visualize the KMZs in whatever form that you'd like. Once you sign orders for a service, that takes us to installations. And we know that, everyone here who's managed a network before knows that installations are the bane of a network manager's existence. So we've built fulsome install project management software that basically aims to operate as a squeaky wheel, keeping you organized on all of your installs, escalating issues on your behalf, and leaving the pain of managing those threads end to end as much off your plate as possible. So here you can see a bunch of different ongoing installs for an enterprise with a bunch of different vendors. And if I click into an individual install, I can see all the job steps, what's completed, and the estimated completion dates for all those various job steps going into that install. So here's a Zayo circuit getting installed in London, and I can click in and see detailed project updates as they occur and what is expected to occur next. I can see my provider install manager, my billing contact, et cetera, all in one place. And this system will do two things. If you have an action item associated with the install, it'll flag it for you and make sure that that action item doesn't hold up the install. If you need to submit a permit, have someone on site, schedule a site survey, that sort of thing. And also on the other end, if things are not occurring at pace, we have an implementations team that's monitoring all of these and utilizing proprietary exploration paths with the carriers to get to better outcomes. Once an install is completed, you have the opportunity to verify whether or not the install is substantially complete, meaning the vendor can sometimes say that an install is complete, but you'll need to confirm that the circuit's actually activated and working as it's supposed to on your end. And that is something that we can help with, because sometimes a vendor will say something is installed and it's not actually installed. So coming next to our network inventory manager, here I'll actually start with the map view. This is effectively a system of record for your network that tracks everything in your network in detail and automates a bunch of workflows for you, like MACD ticketing, reshopping service prior to renewal, and more. So you're set up for continuous cost optimization. And as asked in one of the questions earlier, you can also use this for existing network that's not been sort of migrated or purchased via Lightyear. We can basically build this system up on your behalf. So here you can see a hypothetical enterprise network with a bunch of sites and services. You can see KMZ routes sort of like live and visible on the map, and I can sort of show or hide those as I like. These routes represent either point-to-points or waves running between sites, and in red, services expiring within 6 months, or in blue are sites that have services getting active installs. And I can click into any individual site and pull up my circuit details. And so here's a 1 gig Zayo DIA. And here you can see basically over 30 unique data points that are relevant to the service, the delivery point for the service, the install details, the carrier info, the SLAs, static IPs associated with the service, or any custom fields that I'd like to create. We can actually facilitate and track custom fields for you. Prior to renewal for an individual service, you can sort of like dictate settings. Do I want it to cancel at expiration? Do I want it to auto renew? Do I want it to auto reshop? And we can also do that in bulk for services that come up for expiration in bulk on your network as well. And at least just keep your mind on that. I can open a MACD ticket. So let's say I want to upgrade a service. I want to disconnect the service. I want to move a service mid-contract from one site to another. You can facilitate that with clicks rather than phone calls or emails. And as anyone who's gone through these workflows before is well aware, these are quite painful. You can track all of your service change logs in here. You can store things like your contract files, KMZs, et cetera, in here, and take any notes that you'd like on an individual service. You can create custom views and filters over here and export your inventory in whatever way you'd like. And also via API, you can keep this up to date and push and pull information from other enterprise systems. And you can manage your MACD tickets through to completion here as well. So here's a disconnect ticket that's hypothetically been moving. And finally, we also have this dashboard that'll give you a variety of holistic overall aggregated views on your network, your spend over time, spend by service, spend by vendor, your opportunities for cost savings year over year based on when things come due. And you also can actively reshop services prior to renewal. So here you can see a circuit that is month to month where our service indicates that market pricing is far lower than you're paying for the service today, and you can simply click to request a reshop on that service. And then finally, we get to our expense management offering. So this is really, what I'd call AI native invoicing software or invoice management software for your telecom expenses. Basically, it automates invoice management, it automates payments, it standardizes invoice receipt and processing, regardless of the format in which invoices are received. And we use LLMs effectively to extract data and bucket all of the line items on your invoices as they're received to actual inventoried services. So you know what you're paying per service and what line items are in that invoice. For example, what is a tax and fee versus a government surcharge versus the actual service cost. And we also automate variance analysis as well. So here we have, a reporting and a dashboard view that offers you a couple of high-level views into your actual services and invoices. Here you can see consolidated bills as they're received as well. If you're using us to pay basically one consolidated bill per month and see what sort of items are on those bills. And if I pull up the actual individual provider invoices here, this is where some of the magic happens. So, again, we're using AI that is optimized via RAG on a bunch of telecom data to ensure that we're able to extract all the line items in the right way for every single telecom invoice. And here you can see basically this invoice from Lumen being itemized and tied to actual inventoried services and then bucketed based on where the charges are supposed to go. And then over here, you can see what is the actual total service charge by inventory service on this invoice, which will be exportable in any which way you would like from a reporting perspective to the extent your finance team wants that. And if something on here causes an issue, we will sort of like tag that. So here you can see some variances that may show up on here. For example, something that has a dispute open, something that has a dispute closed, depending on what the actual source of the variance is. And we will go and chase that down and close that out for you. Over here, you can basically configure what services are enrolled in the expense management services. Here's the top level variances view where you can actually see what the individual variances are, what's been accepted, what needs review. So here is a variance in taxes and fees, perhaps in advance of when they were supposed to be charged. So that caused a flag, and then you can choose to accept that or not. Here are some settings that you can utilize on reporting that gets sent to your AP or finance team as they'd like to see it. You can configure basically what fields are included in billing reporting as it's shared, how bills are delivered, and also what's tracked from a variances perspective. Some example variances that we tracked are services that are higher than what they're supposed to be from a contracted basis, higher than a previous month's charge, taxes and fees that are larger than expected, or inactive services billing. And basically the endpoint of these three services combined, procurement, inventory, and expense management, is that you have your entire telecom lifecycle from end to end tracked in one singular system, from basically service RFP to service deprecation when that happens. And finally, it's worth noting we have this calendar system as well that can track all of your various service deadlines, install dates, FOC dates, notice deadlines, et cetera, as they come due. And we also have a message center where you can message us, tag any individual service, or request support with us live. So, let's say I have a question on an individual service, I can tag that service, ask about it, and our team will come to help answer whatever it may be, or even ask how to perform an action or create an action within the platform that I'm struggling with. And that is the end of the demo. So hopefully that gives you a good vantage point into how Lightyear works and edifies some of the points I noted about having a system to manage your telecom lifecycle and how that can result in material time and cost savings.